Hey guys, coming at you with a bonus midweek upload video for a super simple appetizer recipe, perfect for the holiday season to take to friends or family's house, along with my keto high protein cracker recipe or pretzels, super easy creamy spinach artichoke dip. So let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, thanks for joining me. My name's Alycia. I'm a pastry chef with a sweet tooth, and I spent most of my life in the restaurant business, and now I own a keto gluten-free bakery, and I'm here to show you all the tips and tricks on how to make the best recipes possible. So if you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button down there, give the video a thumbs up, leave me comments, and share with all your friends and family. They'll be very happy you bring the spinach artichoke dip. It all helps me, my bakery, my channel grow and bring you new videos every week. Today, a recipe that I've never actually made a recipe for. It's one of these ones that I have made in pretty much every job I've had in the restaurant business, and I've never actually measured the ingredients. I just threw a bunch of stuff together, tasted it, made sure it was delicious, and usually it was for a party, for an appetizer, so you throw it in a pan, top it with the cheese, throw it in the refrigerator, and bake it whenever you need it for the party. So I did actually measure and come up with a recipe so that you guys can follow something specifically, but this is very forgiving, customizable, whatever you want to do to this recipe. I'm sure it'll come out delicious. As long as it has the right amount of salt and seasoning and tastes good to you, you're good to go. So to start out this recipe, obviously I'm going to bake it on camera for you, so I have my oven preheated to 350, but this is definitely a recipe you can do ahead of time and just have it ready to go for whenever you want to go to a party or throwing your Christmas holiday party. You can have it ready in the fridge, pop it in the oven. So my oven is preheated. I have an 8x8 disposable pan. If I'm taking stuff to people's houses, it's so much easier just to do it in disposable. That way you don't have to worry about bringing the dish back home. If there's leftovers, they can just throw it in their fridge and they can have it whenever. So I'm just putting it in an 8x8 disposable today. I already have a block of cream cheese out. Basically, when I preheated my oven, I put this kind of on my stovetop to warm up and soften, just to make it easy. So it's nice and soft, so it's gonna be easy to mix. I already weighed out, I weigh everything, 4 ounces of frozen spinach. We are gonna drain it, and it pretty much ends up being only like 2 ounces. But you can definitely use fresh spinach. If you saute it up, that gets rid of a lot of the moisture of the spinach. I would saute it until your pan is pretty much dry. You might still have to wring some of it out once it cools and give it a chop before you use it in your spinach artichoke dip. But 2 ounces of fresh baby spinach is actually a lot of spinach. It just doesn't look like a lot once you cook it all down. We all know that meme. 1 pound of spinach and you got this little bit in the pan. But this isn't drained yet, so we do gotta drain this. I'm gonna get everything into a mixing bowl. I have gloves on hand, so I just mix it with my hands. That's what I did in pretty much every restaurant, except for if I had to make big batches. Like I'd make a 30-quart mixing bowl full of spinach artichoke dip for, 100 people parties and stuff. Especially if your cream cheese is nice and soft, it'll be easy to mix. You can just mix it with a spoon too. Throwing this in our mixing bowl. I made this super simple, like basic recipe because I don't have a ton of stuff down in the bakery anyways. I didn't want to grab a bunch of stuff from upstairs and all that. So it's mostly what I already have in the bakery, besides like spinach. But you can definitely add Parmesan cheese to this. To that, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of sour cream, or 56 grams. Again, a lot of this doesn't have to be super accurate, but if you want to, put it in your macros and all that stuff, it's nice to know exactly what you put in it. I like to add some mozzarella to the actual mix. 1 ounce or 1/4 cup. Is this even open? Nope. I just buy whole milk mozzarella shredded in bulk at BJ's. So 1/4 cup or 28 grams. We're gonna put some more on top when we bake it, so keep that handy. You can also double, triple this recipe. It's gonna taste delicious no matter what. Now, if you have a clean kitchen towel, you can drain in that, or paper towels. So I usually just fold it all up. And then wring it over the garbage can. If you get the good paper towels, this should work. Or you can do it over the sink. Get all the spinach out of there. Where did my artichokes go? And then I just bought this small jar of artichokes. All that's in it, artichokes, water, salt, citric acid. You can add as many as you want. I put in the recipe 4 quarters, but I also like break them up. I don't keep them whole, so it kind of disperses throughout the whole dip. That was most of the rest of the jar. I give them a little drain on a paper towel. So there is a lot of moisture in them too. And then I just break them up into the mix. You can definitely use up to a whole can or jar, whatever you want to use. I like just shards of artichoke in there. These are big quarters too. That whole 7-ounce jar was 8 carbs. So use half of it, that's 4 carbs. But I'm sure you can get away with, I mean, how much of this are you gonna eat, you know? Because the cream cheese was so soft, super easy to just mix it all together. Make sure you break up that spinach enough. And then for the seasonings, which I keep it pretty simple. Salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. The amount of salt really depends on what cheese and stuff you add to this. If you're adding a bunch of Parmesan, you don't need to add as much salt. But because I just used a little bit of mozzarella, I'm doing a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I like things really garlicky, so usually I just grab a bunch of fresh garlic, chop it up and throw it in. But not everybody's a fan of garlic. So I did a 1/2 teaspoon of granulated garlic. And do this to taste, obviously. This does make it pretty garlicky, but like I said, I like it garlicky. And then I prefer the minced onion. I just always have this on hand instead of like the powdered and stuff like that. But I'm adding a 1/2 teaspoon of minced onion. You can also do like fresh, finely chopped onion. You can do green onion, whatever you'd like. Give that all a good mix. In the restaurant business, we had 3-pound blocks of cream cheese, and I would make like 1 or 2 of those at a time. And I would just throw a bunch of chopped garlic, a bunch of Parmesan, mozzarella, salt, pepper, sour cream, put that into our pan. Obviously taste it for seasoning before you throw it in the pan. I already made 1 batch of this and I tried it with my pretzels. So good. I haven't had spinach artichoke dip in a long time. Spread it all out. Obviously, if you're taking this to a party with more than 10 people, easily doubled. This is just for me. It's way before, well, it's a week before Thanksgiving right now, so not going to any parties this weekend. I'm also weighing everything because I have not done macros for this in particular, so I will at the end have some. I'm going to add another like 1/2 cup of cheese to the top. Or it says, I'm going to add another 3 ounces to the top, so a whole cup altogether. So it says 30, 60, so 90. There we go. I'll throw this in the oven. It all depends on your oven. Right now, my oven, saying it's at like 340. I have a thermometer in there because it's so all over the place. But I'm gonna do 10 minutes, check it, give it a rotate, maybe 10 more minutes. It is nice to broil it and get it all nice and brown and bubbly on top. But setting the timer for 10 minutes. I already made a batch of my pretzels, which I didn't even do a very good job. My oven was not hot enough when I put them in, so they didn't stay circular, and I cooked them a little bit too long. I was end of the day yesterday just trying to get it done, but I tried this dip with pretzels I had upstairs, and they've just kind of been sitting on my counter in a container with a silica pack. I have kind of forgotten about them, and I'm like, are those even gonna be any good? They were like over a month old and they were still delicious. So I made a double batch of my pretzels and have them for Thanksgiving coming up next week and then Christmas time. I got like 4 different families' houses to go to. So I always want to have pretzels or crackers on hand because they always have cheese platters and bread and all that other stuff. So I made a big batch of my pretzels to eat with this spinach artichoke dip. Ooh, looks good. 10 minutes. I'll do another 10, I think. Should be good to go. Okay, the timer went off. I do have my broiler on, so I might broil it for a couple of minutes. Ooh, it is looking good. I think I'm just gonna broil it. It should get all nice and bubbly. Okay, I'm just gonna broil it for like 2 minutes. But I'm gonna keep an eye on it. It's looking good. I did figure out the carbs on it. For the whole thing, it's 18 carbs. But you're just gonna be eating a little bit with a little bit of the crackers and some other meats and stuff like that. So, plus, it's the holidays. Okay, that was 1 minute, not even. Broiler's pretty strong. So I'm gonna let this cool a second and then we'll give it a taste with some of my pretzels. Okay, let's dig in. I had some parsley I put on top. Ooh. It's hot. Looks delish. You couldn't even just make a batch of this and warm some up in the microwave for snacks at night. That's what I did with my last batch. Okay, hopefully I won't burn my mouth. Creamy, cheesy, garlicky goodness. One of my favorites. So good. Full of spinach and cheese. Delicious with my pretzels. I'm excited for the holiday season now that I have pretzels and crackers. Every time I go to anybody's house, they always have cheese and meats and then baguettes and crackers and all that stuff. Now I get to enjoy the appetizers with something other than just protein chips you buy at the store. So good. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe and try it out for yourself. Doctor it up, change it up, serve it with what you want. You can even make my pizza dough into a sheet and top it with some like spices and herbs and stuff and bake it for like toasty bread to go along with it. And stay tuned if you want an even fancier, fun appetizer for the holidays. I'm going to be coming at you with one of those on Saturday recipe upload using this spinach artichoke dip. It is delicious. So make sure you hit the bell icon and hit all notifications so you get notified when I put up that video. It's impressive and delicious. Let me know down in the comments below if you plan on making this for your holiday season or if you have other plans to stick to your keto lifestyle this season. You don't have to go off plan to enjoy some delicious food over the holidays. With this and all my cookies and cake recipes, you're all set. Just a little bit of pre-planning. Don't forget to check out my Amazon shop page. The link is down in the description box below, along with the blog link to the full recipe. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'll be back with many more keto, low-carb, healthy meals, desserts, and snack recipes. Bye, guys. Happy keto holiday season.